Let's talk about the Opening Range Breakout, or ORB. It's one of the most popular strategies for day traders right now, and honestly for a really good reason. It gives you a potential trade setup at the exact same time every single day.
So, are you looking for a reliable, repeatable trading plan? Something you can count on every single morning at the market open? Well, if that's you, then you've absolutely got to understand this strategy.
So what is it really? At its heart, the orb is super simple. It's all about finding the high and the low of the very first candle of the day. Once you have that range, you're just looking to trade the breakout. It's a pure momentum play, plain and simple.
Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to cover what the orb actually is. Then, how to set up the range on your chart. After that, we'll look at trading a classic breakout, and then I'll show you a smart money upgrade to find those A-plus setups. We'll even cover how to make money when a breakout fails. And stick around because at the end, we're going to talk about the #1 mistake you have to avoid.
All right, let's dive right in. First things first, what's the big deal? What makes that very first candle of the day so incredibly important?
You know, the whole strategy really hinges on that first candle right after a new session opens. And look, you can apply this to any session, London, Tokyo, whatever. The logic is the same. But the New York session, that's the most popular, by far. Why? Simple. Volume. There's just so much liquidity pouring into the market, and that can lead to some really powerful, clean moves. So for our examples today, we're going to focus right on that 9:30 a.m. Eastern open.
Okay, so we've got the what. Now, let's get to the how. How do you actually draw this thing on your chart? You'll be surprised at how straightforward it is.
Okay, 3 simple steps. First, you just wait for that 9:30 a.m. New York open. Second, and this is super important, you let that first 15-minute candle completely form and close. Don't jump the gun. Once that candle closes at 9:45, you do the final step. Just draw a line at its highest point and its lowest point. Boom. That's it. That's your opening range. Now, you've got some choices here when it comes to the time frame. You could use a 5-minute candle, which gives you a really tight range, but honestly, it can be pretty noisy. On the other hand, a 30-minute range is much wider, but you might miss out on some of the smaller moves. That's exactly why the 15-minute range is often called the sweet spot. It just strikes a great balance between risk and reliability, which makes it the go-to for most traders. All right, so your range is marked. You've got your high, which is resistance, and your low, which is support. Now what? How do you actually trade the breakout? Okay, here's the key. Once that range is set, you need to zoom in. You drop down to a much lower time frame, something like the 1-minute chart. See, the ORB is really a scalping strategy at its core. It's designed to catch those quick, fast moves, and that lower time frame gives you a high-definition view of what's happening right at your levels. So once the price actually breaks out of your range, you've basically got 3 main options to enter. First, there's the aggressive entry. You jump in the second a candle closes outside the range. The risk? You can get smoked by a false breakout. Then there's the conservative entry. You wait for a retest and for the price to make a new high. The problem there is you might get a really bad entry price. That's why the preferred method for a lot of traders is the confirmation entry. You wait for the price to break out, then you wait for it to come back and retest that level, proving it's flipped from resistance to support. That's your confirmation. Okay. But what if we could stack the odds in our favor even more? Let's level up from just a simple breakout and add a layer of what many traders call smart money analysis to find those really high probability setups. And to do that, we're going to bring in a concept called a fair value gap, or FVG for short. Now, just think of an FVG as an imbalance or an inefficiency in the market, usually left behind by a really strong, fast move. These gaps, they tend to act like magnets for price, and bullish gaps specifically often act as a really powerful support zones. So how do we put these two things together? It's pretty simple, actually. You still mark out your 15-minute opening range, just like before. But instead of dropping all the way down to the 1-minute chart, you switch to the 5-minute. This is going to be your sweet spot for finding those high-quality, fair value gaps. And here, this is where the magic happens. You wait for the price to break above the ORB high. Then, as it pulls back for that retest, you're watching to see if that retest lines up perfectly with a bullish fair value gap. When those two levels overlap, bam, you've just found a high probability zone to go long. You now have 2 powerful reasons telling you this is a good trade. But let's be real, breakouts don't always follow through. Sometimes price pokes its head through a level and then snaps right back inside the range. But guess what? That failure, that can be a fantastic trading opportunity all on its own. A false breakout is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. On your chart, it's usually going to look like a long wick that stabs through your ORB level, but the body of the candle actually closes back inside the range. That's a huge clue. It's telling you the breakout had no real power
and sellers just slammed it back down. So here's how you play the reversal. First, you spot that filled breakout, that long wick closing back inside. Then you flip over to the 5-minute chart and you look for a bearish fair value gap that was created as the price got smacked back down. Now you've got a perfect setup to go short. You just wait for the price to come back up and retest at orb high from below, and you enter inside that bearish FVG, targeting the other side of the range.
Okay, now listen up, because this is probably the most important part of this whole thing, and it's the number one mistake traders make with this strategy. They completely forget that the ORB doesn't exist in a bubble. It's just one piece of the puzzle, and you absolutely cannot ignore the bigger picture.
All right, check this out. On the surface, this looks like a textbook picture-perfect setup. We've got our 15-minute range, and look at that. A big, strong candle closed decisively above the ORB high. Everything we've talked about says this is the perfect time to go long, right?
Well, not so fast. See, if we zoom out a bit and look at the bigger picture, the higher time frame context, we realize this perfect breakout is running headfirst into a giant brick wall, the high from the previous day. And you have to remember, these higher time frame levels are massive liquidity zones.
And this is exactly how that trap gets sprung. The ORB breakout convinces a ton of buyers to jump in. The price pushes right up to that previous day's high, grabs all the liquidity sitting there, and then it completely reverses, crashing down and stopping out all of those breakout traders. The lower time frame signal looked perfect, but it was completely overruled by the higher time frame context. And this really brings us to the key takeaway of this whole thing. The opening range breakout is an amazing tool. It's fantastic for getting a read on the market's immediate intention for the day. But it's just that, a tool. It's not a standalone system. You have to use it along with your broader analysis of market structure, liquidity, and those all-important higher time frame levels.
Look, when you use it the right way, with the proper context, the ORB can be a really powerful and consistent part of your trading plan. So the question I have for you is this. Now that you understand how important context is, how are you going to start using the ORB in your own analysis?